welcome to you. My name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction, and today I have an epic Q&A for you. This is probably going to be a two-parter, so get yourself comfortable, do something productive, get the ironing out, and let's go. This first question, now YouTube is doing something with your usernames, so I apologize. I'm not going to read names that I cannot pronounce. It's just a combination of code, so I don't know what's going on there. This one comes from YouTube though. Hi lovely Dale, love you, your unique style, beautiful bag collection and channel. Love this video. I love big bags too. Would love your advice on the following, thank you. 1, your thoughts on Bottega Veneta Lauren 1980 clutch, medium size. And there's a separate question, so let me have a look at this one. I did not know about this clutch until I got this question, and I madly went on a bit of a Google. I like it. I guess for me it's the same challenge I have with all Bottega bags. I just find them a little bit too plain. To me they look, given that this is called the 1980 clutch, it does look like it's from 1980 to me, and I'm from 1980, so I'm not saying that with any malice at all. I find the combination of the beautiful intrecciato leather with these types of designs to be quite dated. They do look like they're from 1980. Now it's looking to me like that strap is not detachable. I'm just going to have a little look at details here. Oh, it says it is detachable. Okay. Extra points for the fact that the strap is detachable, because one of the things that did happen with a lot of the Bottega bags was the strap is not detachable. However, I can't quite see how that happens from the photos here. Shoulder bag, it's got quite a long drop on the model. It looks like it could be worn crossbody. Look, if this is your jam and these colours are up your alley, I say go for it. I just think this is going to look quite dated because it already does look dated. So sorry if I've killed anybody's passion for this bag. Everybody's entitled to their own perspective. It's just not something that I would purchase. Question number 2, on a different vein, since you love Hermes, your thoughts on the Hermes 3 mini bags. The Constance 18, the Mini Kelly and the Millie Belied. Do you plan to add these to your collection in future, and why? Look, I should never say never, but I don't think so. The Constance, for me, I don't like how boxy it is. It's just a shape that doesn't appeal to me, and I don't like how the strap works on the bags where it's threaded through twice. It's just, I don't like it. I like the latch and how it opens and closes, but that's about it. The Mini Kelly was something that I used to be interested in just because if I ever got one I could flip it. I do not like, again, the structure of those bags. I think they're very structured. It's just not a shape that works for me and my wardrobe. My eye's not drawn to that shape. And also the Epsom leather is not my friend. I know they come in Chev leather as well. And the Mini Belied, again, no, because it looks like a Alma BB, and yeah, that is again a bag that I don't have in my collection because it's not a shape that I'm drawn to. I do have a large Alma and a teeny tiny little Alma, but again I love the oversized nature of this one and the teeny tiny kind of circus size of this one. So yeah, the Mini Belied, that's a no from me too. And I think it's just a little bit plain. So I'd prefer there to be some kind of textural element or something. The next question, what do you think about the crazy that is the United States right now? No comment. I think I've learned something from being in the socials all this time, and that is do not comment on politics, especially politics in the United States of America. So that is my opinion there. All right, let's go to the Instagram questions. We've got a hell of a lot on YouTube. I feel like that's going to be a totally separate video. What's the best Fendi bag and the best Dior bag? Well, you know that you probably don't. That's why you're asking the question, so I will just tell you. In my not so humble opinion, the best Fendi bag is the Peekaboo. I love the Fendi Peekaboo. This is my favourite Peekaboo in my collection. It's the ICU size small in the colour Violetta with the gorgeous tortoiseshell hardware. I love the Peekaboo because it is functional, it is wearable, it has its own personality. It can be personalised with cute little Fendi accessories. It has a smile, it wears over time, it's a modern classic. And even though I said I don't like the structure of those Hermes bags before, what I love about this one is that it has structure, but it's such a soft leather and it's going to create its own shapes. It is going to create a personality that matches mine or yours if you decide to choose one. So I'd highly recommend the Fendi Peekaboo. In terms of Dior, I do not have a Dior bag in my collection at the present time. There goes my door slamming. Just a moment. The last Dior bag that I had was my Dior Wicker Lady Dior. I loved it until I got a Louis Vuitton one, which I loved more. But yeah, I would say the Lady Dior is probably the best Dior bag in my opinion. It's just trying to find a combination of the materials, the print. Saw some beautiful art styles in Paris when I was there in December. Those are the sorts of ones that I like, but I'm not shelling out 38,000 euros on a Lady Dior handbag. So yeah, for my money it would be the Lady Dior, even though I've had two and sold them both. What's your thoughts of the Chanel 19 bag? Well, it's not my favourite. I used to have one. I had it in the 21p caramel colour. Obviously caramel was not a good colour match for me. It took me a little while to figure that out, but as soon as I went on my styling journey and figured out my colours, it occurred to me the reason that I did not love that bag. I tried to love it. I think handheld was its best look. I struggled to find it in a colourway or a fabric that I liked. It just looked clumsy in the end. I think the proportions were a bit off. I should have stuck with my first impression. I remember when it was first released in the goat skin, my sales associate, and I was buying a fair bit at Chanel at the time, showed it to me. Like, I was privileged to see this new release and I was like, ew, put it away. And I still think that. So yeah, it's not my favourite bag. I have zero desire to add it to my collection. Bryson, whose style do you love right now? That is a great question. I did a video on all of the influencers that I love watching, and it's probably similar, I would say. So I will link that video in the description box down below as my short answer. I'm loving Jake Fleming. I'm watching him and his crazy bags and how he just pulls different shapes of outfits together. Not that I would wear anything that he wears, but I love the kind of shapes and silhouettes he pulls together with his basic denim white and black kind of colour palette. I get inspiration from lots of different places in terms of shapes and styles, but yeah, at the moment I honestly haven't been looking outwards a lot because I've kind of not had the time for it, to be fair. I've been kind of busy with the house, so yeah, not being very inspirational there, am I? Apologies for that one. Rosa, when does the gardening begin? It has begun, my darling. I'll pop some little clips in over to the side. I recently made a reel on my Peacocks and Posies Instagram page where I showed the progress of the garden over the past 3 months. It's very, very rewarding, I must say, and I'm excited for spring to take hold because I've got some work to do on the lawn. Apparently there's a group of people called lawnies and they're obsessed with lawn healthcare and maintenance, so I am going to hire a motorised lawn corer that basically pulls big chunks out of my front lawn, like corks, so that I can get in there with some gypsum to soften the soil, some fertiliser, and then top dress with some lawn sand to bring the level up nicely before all the summer rains come and the rain just sits on the lawn and kind of compacts it. Anyway, if that was boring for those of you who are not aspiring lawnies, sorry, not sorry. Danish Pastry 71, how's the house coming on? Look, it's been going well. I say I'm not inspired by fashion because I'm obsessed with the house, but also, full disclosure, I haven't been doing much with the house lately. I keep looking at my bookshelves and go, I need to style those. And it's just a combination of energy and motivation. I haven't had a lot of energy lately. I feel like it's, you know, a part of that time of my life. I'm trying different combinations of changing my diet, increasing water consumption, going to bed earlier. Anyway, you didn't ask that question, but it's just my convenient excuse as to why I haven't done much with the house. I'm still waiting on my bedside tables to come. When they come, this bedroom is pretty much finished. Then I'm going to think about what I do with the guest rooms, because we'll have a big family Christmas here this year, and start engaging with some cabinet makers to do this wardrobe overview. I need to add shelving for shoes. I want to put wallpaper in here. I want to play with the lighting a little bit. So yeah, it's just a matter of energy at the moment, and it's been a massive year. So I'm going to give myself some time and space. It doesn't all have to be done yesterday. If you are interested though, please pop over to my Instagram account at Peacocks and Posies. Again, I will link it in the description box below, because that's where I put all the house updates. Purse_Esquire. If you got a $1 million Cartier gift card, what are you picking up? Oh, well, it wouldn't be anything off the shelf, my dear. I would be calling up Stefano Cantori and saying, let's collaborate on something magnificent. I'd say I'd do some kind of customized, maybe an Odyssey inspired necklace, and maybe like a drop earring set with emeralds and diamonds. And there'd have to be a matching cocktail ring as well. So the Odyssey set has the butterflies, which you have seen. I've got the butterfly earrings. I would dearly love the cocktail ring. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it can be worn as a daily piece as well. I see the girls in the boutique wearing it and it looks so chic. So yeah, in emeralds and white gold and diamonds would be beautiful. Tanya Thompson, update on your Birkin, how you've been liking it. She ended the year really strong. Was one of my most used bags for last year. This year she hasn't had that much time, I think for 6 months, because I had a broken shoulder. But I still look at her and just love on her. And that's why I chose to wear her the other day as a pop of colour in an outfit, which I'll put the picture here. I never do that. But I desperately wanted to carry the Birkin, so I decided now was the time. It would go beautifully actually with this outfit today. But I doubt I'm going anywhere where I can carry her. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I can take her to lunch. Maybe. Laura Morales. If you had to pick another career, what would you think that you would excel at? Ooh, look, I never picked any of the careers that I've landed in so far, so that could be a challenging question. Okay, we're relocating because I just was not comfortable. And if I've got any bad questions, I guess I'll just have to run to the closet and answer them for you. So, what would I do? I've always wanted to run a restaurant or cafe. Not to be the cook, but I'd love to dream up the kind of experience, the environment, the collaborate on the food and the location, like lighting, create somewhere special that people go to celebrate. Something that is unique, but, you know, feels inviting, that's not just for special occasions, but it could be your regular. Yeah, I feel like I'd love to create those sorts of spaces. I think that would be quite a luxury though, and in the fact that not working in it, but owning it and, you know, designing the whole concept would mean that, yeah, you're going to have to pay a lot of people just to play in that space. But if it was an option, I would love to do that. What is your favorite room in the new house? I think I have been asked this one before. Look, it's a draw between the bedroom, so the primary suite here, And again, check out Peacocks and Posies because that's where you'll see the reveals of things. So the bedroom, it's just a beautiful calming space. It's somewhere I love to come back to. There is no hotel bedroom that is better than this in my opinion, which makes holidaying, you know, like you go, oh, I'm actually so looking forward to being at home, in my own bed, in my own ensuite, because it's just, you know, so lovely. Oh, there's Lulu. Yeah, so it's a draw between this room just for comfort and beauty, and seeing a concept come to life. Still waiting on those bedside tables. And the office. I spend a lot of time in the office as well. It's another space that I need to work on the curation of the bookshelves a little bit more. But I love how quirky and whimsy it is. It's a great place to work when I get to work from home a couple of days a week. Cameron Garrison, did you enjoy the premiere of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? I was bored and underwhelmed. Look, you sound like how Connor hears me speak about what was the last, was it the last episodes? I think it was the last season of Salt Lake City. I was like, nah. Oh, it was in Just Like That. And he's like, Dale, like, don't be so harsh. And I'm like, oh, it's just so boring and underwhelming. So hearing you say that, yeah, I get I get where he's coming from. I didn't find it boring or underwhelming. I found it was very heavily produced though. But I love the characters. I mean, Mary Cosby, she won episode 1 for me. She's just so funny. Her one-liners are brilliant. I'm keen to see where it goes. I do find like those good long episodes and just the chaos of it. It's just such a great watch after, you know, kind of putting a lot of energy in at work and coming home, have a wine and watch that. It's just like, yep, I'm doing all right. Drifting into fantasy, is there a purchase, bags, fashion, interior that you have regrets about? Well, yeah. I made a video about the interiors, the interior design process and how it was such a scam. And as part of kind of finalizing that, there were 2 antique pieces. There's a beautiful console table and a French chair. And the French chair is the one that I had reupholstered in that gorgeous Lady Hollyhock fabric, which I'll put a clip in here. But also wrapped up in that deposit of those 2 pieces were 3 rugs that the interiors design person had selected, 2 of which were for the bedroom in here and 1 of which was for the office. And so it was all or nothing basically, and because I'd made the deposit on everything, the rugs were included. So I'm like, cool, no worries, we'll find a place for those. The rugs came and they were honestly so disgusting. The colors did not even match, like with the carpets here, and the carpets are really neutral, and having those rugs on top of these carpets would have just been hideous. The colors or lack thereof, they smelt weird. We had them sitting in the spare room downstairs for months. I tried to sell them on Facebook Marketplace for half price, for like 70% off. Nobody would budge on them because they're so ugly. And so last weekend, Mr. Addiction and I just said, hey, let's just cut our losses. And we loaded them up and we took them to the rubbish tip and we dumped them. And I feel so much better now. Don't have those ugly rugs sitting around. Like if I'd have put them out on the front verge, nobody would have taken them. That's how disgusting they were. So yes, big regrets. And let me tell you, that was a couple of $1,000s just down the drain in the dump. Lesson, trust thyself. Somebody said to me the other day, and I will blank out the expletive, but they said, why would you pay someone else to F it up when you could do it yourself? And I thought, that is a very good point. And, you know, if I do F it up from time to time and, you know, there's things that I've kind of gone, yep, I'm just going to live with that for a little bit, see if I like it, but I'm not 100% convinced, then I'm okay with that because I made that call. But yeah, it really burned to throw those rugs away. Like, they're just so ugly. And I just thought, imagine if I had trusted him to do the whole house. Like, whoa. Amour d'Orange, no budget limits. What's the holy grail bag from Hermes and Fendi that you don't have yet? There's nothing that I'm lusting after that I don't have. I've got to tell you that much to start with. It would have to be a made to order from either house. I do like the little Faubourg Birkins. They're pretty cute, but I haven't seen a colour combination that I love yet. They always seem to have orange on them, which is probably a part of the design, but I don't like orange. Not for me. So yeah, probably that would be it from Hermes. If I could customise my Faubourg storefront Birkin, that would be fun. Yes, I'm sure they don't allow you to do that, but that's what I'd like to do. From Fendi, it would probably be some kind of fur situation, like a bobcat baguette. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yep, that's what it would be. I did get to see a bobcat fur coat that was like over $600,000 when I was in Melbourne last year, I think. Yeah, spectacular. Purse.911, hi Sheila. If you had to get rid of 5 bags, which ones would it be? I can do this. Okay, I'm going to run and get 5 bags. One moment. Okay, one of them I didn't grab because it's full of things. So it would be my Louis Vuitton Neverfull World Tour. Just because I always choose my GM Neverfull. The next one would be this Longchamp tote that I purchased at Charles de Gaulle Airport with my VAT refund. I've worn it one time, otherwise I've not worn it. It's a great bag, but I just don't wear it. The next one would be my Fourré Lepage Caliber 21 little bag. I don't want to sell it, but the question was if I needed to, what would I sell? This one, just because I'm not drawn to wearing it as much as I would like to be. My Prada little crossbody bag, just because, you know, if I have to pick 5, it's one of them. And this one might shock you, but for some reason I struggle every time I'm picking it up recently, and I think it's because of I keep going back to my Gucci. It's my Fendi First in the raffia. I'm not drawn to picking it up as much as I was. So great question. Chris asks for a wardrobe progress tour, please. There is no progress on the wardrobe, Chris. What you see is what it's been since I moved in. It's just getting fuller with more bits, but I'm going to start the planning process of the wardrobe. So I will include you guys in on that one if you are interested. Any plans to do Vlogmas? Not at this stage. I would need to find a way to do it that works for me because I'm going to have a pretty full-on kind of December. So kind of December sounds like a stupid way to say it, doesn't it? It's a possibility, but it might just be like little 5 to 7 minute situations. Oh, thoughts on Chloe Mal at Vogue and Anna Wintour interview with David Renwick. Have not seen it, cannot comment. My apologies. Bad luxury lover. Luxury in reality. If you were a retiring 60-year-old curating a small, diverse bag collection, your top 5 choices. Small, diverse bag collection. Okay. I'd say you need a Fendi Peekaboo of some description because it's so versatile day to night. I'd say you want a Birkin. I mean, you're 60. You have worked hard. You deserve one. I would say you want some kind of chic tote that's not the Birkin, that's a little bit more easy to use, something canvas perhaps. What else do you want? You want something for all the lovely long lunches that you'll have. So your peekaboo might do that, but maybe some other pretty kind of top handle bag, maybe a lovely capucine. And then you probably want a crossbody, something that's easy to throw on and, you know, buzz around and do the bits you want to do, take on holidays and those sorts of things. I don't think it matters if you're 60 and retiring or if you're about to turn 45. They're kind of the things that I would recommend. Amy Kugler, Cartier Love Bracelet, yay or nay? I say yay. It took me a long time to get to yay and I have zero regrets. However, one word of warning. I have had mine lock on and the screw fall out, and then recently it opened up again. So my suggestion would be keep an eye on your screw fastening and check it from time to time. Don't just do what I do and just wear it every single day and never check it, because you could lose it. I mean, it opens up. It's opened up twice on me unexpectedly, and it did frighten me, yes, but I have the screw and it locks on and it's all good. But yeah, I would just say that's something to be mindful of, and I'm sure that happens to other people too. Lauren team with the theme, can I please request a wedding bag video? Are you getting married, Lauren? Okay. Yeah, let me have a think about it. As in what the bride could wear or what guests could wear. If you can clarify that with me, let me know and I'll pop it on my video list. Shirley.leaf44, any holiday plans? I'm actually working on something at the moment. I'm working on my little Japan rendezvous. I have started getting serious about researching the African safari. So they're the two things that I've kind of got in the works at the moment. Georgie, fave brand at the moment. Well, I am enjoying Ferragamo. There is no hiding that. I wouldn't say it's my fave brand, but certainly I have been taken quite by surprise with Ferragamo and their designs, and I'm really enjoying it. So I am keeping a close eye on it, given that I've purchased 2 bags, a pair of shoes and a hat in the last kind of month from Ferragamo. So yeah, I'd say I'm kind of loving on them at the moment. All right, I've got a bunch of questions from my good friend Katrina. If you had to spread a rumor about yourself, what would it be? What would it be? Oh, look, this sounds so morbid, but like maybe that I died and just see how people behave, because you know it's a known fact. I don't have people in my life who love what I do, and so I'd wonder, like, you know, who would be in touch with my husband asking for handbags? Would he give any, like, what would happen? What would happen to all the bits? Would people say nice things about me or would they not? Anyway, that's what I'd do. And the thing is, like, that's the only time you would ever really know, because otherwise you'd actually be dead. She also asks, what is the ugliest luxe purchase you've ever seen anyone make? I reckon she's had a few wines and she's been typing these out, just trying to get me caught. The ugliest luxe purchase I've ever seen anyone make. Look, Labubus, in my opinion, and I know you dislike them too, Katrina. Yeah, Labubus, and everyone who's bought one, you know, should have a good look at themselves. What is the funniest joke you've ever heard? I cannot repeat it on YouTube. I do like that knock knock joke from Married at First Sight. I think it was from Married at First Night. It was like, knock knock, and you say, who's there? And I say, smell mop, and you say, smell my poo. I always get a laugh out of that one. Do people drink or eat soup? Oh, that is... Is it because of the spoon? Is that why you're asking? Because if you're eating off of a spoon, I'd say you're eating soup. But then once it's in your mouth, you kind of, the way that you consume it is to drink it. Whereas if you had to have your soup through a straw, would you be drinking the soup just because of the straw? Or are you eating soup but with a straw? I don't know. What do you guys think? Great questions, Katrina. Here's another Katrina, 2 Katrinas all mixed in together. What are your thoughts on the Mama Baguette in medium forest green hagfish and eel leather? I'll put a picture of it over here. I'm loving the eel, to be honest. I mean, it probably doesn't surprise you because I do like things that are a little bit like, ugh, a little bit astringent. But yeah, I'm loving the eel. I was having a lot of chats with my Fendi SA about the eel in that kind of browny colour before I stumbled across the Ferragamo soft bag. I was like, this is the brown I could do because it's really unique and interesting, but the green, yeah, chef's kiss, beautiful, beautiful. Other Katrina, if you were a dog, what breed would your friends say that you are? I don't know. What a question. What would my friends say I am? Kind of like a cat dog, like a playful, but then like serious, and then sleepy, a little bit flamboyant at times, but not very active. So, a dog that kind of sleeps like, I don't know, like maybe some kind of Maltese, like a Maltese. I mean, I look at Lulu, she's pretty cute, but she's a little bit too like snuggly. She's codependent, so I probably wouldn't be like a Yorkie. Yeah, and a little bit disheveled. Maybe like a Maltese Shih Tzu or something. I don't know. What do you think? If you could be any real housewife of Salt Lake City, who would you be and why? I'd be Mary. I'd be Mary for her wardrobe, for her one-liners. I don't know about the husband though. I think yeah, for that reason, no. So if I couldn't be Mary, see, Meredith, same thing, amazing, but I don't know if I'd like all the accoutrements that come with Meredith. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be any of them. But I think Mary's got it sorted out. I think she's like got separate wings of the mansion. Maybe Mary. If you saw a worm on your car, how long would it need to be to tell your bestie about it? What kind of question is that? If I had a worm on my car, I'm just wondering why there would be a worm on my car. So maybe a bird dropped their dinner. I don't know. I think I'd just take a picture of it and send it to you anyway, just with no caption. Okay, 3 more questions and then we're going to go to part 2. Another one from Katrina, and she knows this rubs me the wrong way. Would you rather eat curried sausages or corned beef as your death row meal? Firstly, why would I even be on death row? Secondly, curried sausages, revolting. Corned beef, revolting. If I had to choose one, would I even go there? I mean, do you need to die on a full stomach? I'd pass. Upcoming vlog sale, Chris asks. No, Chris. No. That would imply there is a surplus of handbags in my collection, of which there is not. And finally, Janelle, any more travel plans both here or overseas? Janelle, thank you for asking. I have answered your question previously in this video. So thank you for asking anyway. I will update you once I know more. I really appreciate everybody who puts the time and effort into asking questions. This is just the Instagram side. There's a whole bunch more questions on YouTube, which I will put together in another video. So I hope you've enjoyed me keeping you company in whatever you've been doing today. Let me know what you do when you listen to the Q&A. I am interested. I do my ironing when I listen to Q&As or get ready in the morning for work. So yeah, always keen to know what you guys are doing when you're listening to me. Oh, and here's the pups again. Hey, Eddie Weens. Eddie, you want to come say hi? Come on. Oh. Come on, Lou, you can do it. Good girl. Good girl. That often happens with Lulu. And yes, she has a step to get up onto, but she just does what she wants to do. Okay, I'll leave it there. Subscribe for part 2.